Bad Taste coming up in a new format.
I do
Okay,
impersonations of it.
we are back.
Woo! Ready? We're going to try this from afar. Can you hear it?
Yeah,
Oh,
That was
that
the
wasn't very loud.
limpest.
my mic was in the
Maybe
way.
I can edit.
There
Oh,
you go.
double click.
Good enough.
Welcome everybody to a funky episode of Midnight Movie Distillery. I'm one of your hosts, Logan Lynch.
I'm another one of your hosts, Warwick Price.
I'm the guy on the other end this time, Lon Black. What are we doing today, Mr. Price?
We are going to be talking about a classic movie, Bad Taste, by, as we all know, Peter Jackson. But before we do that, what do we normally do, Lon?
Drink.
So what are we drinking
But
this time?
we're all remote on this episode for a couple of reasons. One, Mr. Lynch hasn't showered in days.
He's not wrong.
Two, I've been a little ill, so we didn't want to get all together in one room and thought, hey, let's test this. What do they do with the interweb stuff where we can all
A
chat?
series of tubes.
Yes.
So tonight I'm drinking Body Armor Light, my favorite flavor, blueberry pomegranate.
Yummy.
Mm.
Mr. Price, what are you drinking?
I'm actually drinking Glen Ross.
Oh,
Nice. Actually,
you bastard.
Lon brought me this a few years ago for a housewarming gift, and
Yep.
I was saving it for the building of my bar, but as I have yet to even start building my bar, at Thanksgiving, my oldest son August decided he was going to open it for me, and so
geez.
and so since then I've finished about a third of it.
Can't
Yeah.
let it go to waste at that point.
No, that's good stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
it's
really a
great.
classic scotch. But and I'm telling you, your bar looks fantastic, by the way. I've
It
been to
does.
it now about 0 times, so thank you for the invite. Also, by the way,
Yes, it
Work in
looks very much
progress.
like
I love
this area
the
over
whole
here.
I love the whole cantina look scene you got going on there, the Star Wars desert and stuff. It looks good. Looks good.
We'll see. We go back and forth on what that it's supposed to look like. Logan, what are you drinking?
I think it's one of our favorites.
Oh yes,
We got a little
Oh,
small batch. So
that is one of the best bottles for the money right there.
it is
it'll
indeed.
cure all my ills. So
Yep,
yeah, it's
good. Keeps you warm at night.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Well,
Especially
yeah. So as we don't really have a bourbon section of the show, should we
Which just everybody knows we're not in the same room, so it's kind of hard for me to go, hey, here's a bottle.
Yes.
I got it.
Yes.
surprise.
Yeah.
So do
Can't
we
help
want to
them out there.
go straight into Bad Taste?
We should.
Yeah. Let's jump into it. So, all right, Warwick, why are we doing this episode? I'm asking you instead of Mr. Lynch because Mr. Lynch is the cause
So
of these episodes.
so the three of us text back and forth all the time about different things, and I think it was a few weeks ago we just happened to bring up Bad Taste, and actually technically the second movie that we're going to be talking about next week, and we were chatting about it. I think we made some funny comment about it back and forth, and Logan was very, very quiet. And at some point he's like, I've never seen Bad Taste. And we literally fell on the ground, which was bad because I was driving. No, I wasn't. But we just couldn't believe it. So Logan, explain to us how, as a horror fan, you're even here at this point.
Self-proclaimed horror fan.
Yes, horror
Self-proclaimed.
fan wannabe. But no, the weird thing is I've probably seen Bad Taste's trailer 1,000 times. I've probably seen the poster, here and there, all that stuff. There's just a bunch of movies that I'm like, I'll get to those. And I think, I don't know how many we listed off, probably 4 or 5 that you guys are like, okay, stop.
Yeah.
So, so I thought, well, this will be a good excuse to finally start watching some of these. Is we'll just kind of throw these together, and it just kind of worked out that Lon has his little tummy ache, and we gotta thought, what, why don't we throw this out there so that I actually get forced to watch these movies. So
You're deflecting now.
Yeah.
You're trying to
I
get
am.
pressure
I
off
am.
you for being a
It's like,
horror
no, it's
wannabe
totally
instead
Lon's
of an
fault.
actual horror fan.
Yeah,
Okay.
So did you watch it now?
I
you
did.
watch it?
I did. I watched it all the way through.
All right. So we can't really do barrel ratings on this. Yeah, do we want to do that? Because it could give you one.
Yeah, we can
but
Yeah,
Do we-
let's give it a rating, and to make it easier for Logan, who always has problems which way around it is. Like, so I guess first question: does everyone have their camera reversed?
Oh, I don't
Yes.
know.
But Lon,
This looks right to me.
Yeah,
'cause
mine
it
is
still
mine is
says
reversed.
it still says go away behind you. So yeah, so I can read that, and you can read my shirts.
Yep.
Just so we don't go the which hand is first and whatever.
Mhm.
So technically we can still do points, but we'll do well, I guess it will still be the wrong way around though, right? So this is the primary number. This is the
Right hand's
secondary
primary, left hand
Oh,
secondary.
no,
Right?
primary's left, secondary's right.
Oh,
No,
people.
no, because it's reversed. So
Yeah, but this was the first number on the screen.
So if I were to give something a 1.2, that's what it would look like.
no,
How
that's
does that look
that's
to
a
you guys?
2.1.
Okay, so
That's
then
what
this
like,
is
so if you
primary.
want 1.2,
1.2.
So if I was doing a 1.2,
Nope.
that's still the wrong way around.
See,
I don't know. I was just saying. So that's how I originally.
But
so
but
that
Lon,
should
you're
be
the
a
wrong way.
1.2.
You're the long way around as well.
no, I'm
Ooh.
doing 1.2.
Do I
Mine
need to
was
check
right
my
on
settings?
screen,
You got to move your hands the other way.
but it looks right on my screen. Is it?
But it doesn't look right to the people's.
Wait a minute. So you said you could read that sign?
I can, but like naturally, people have already dropped off at this point. Naturally, even though I can see you correctly, when you're sending when the camera's coming to my side, your left, because I can see your left, is my right. That I see that on the right hand side of my screen.
Same for me.
It's on the left on mine.
So the left is primary. So we're saying if I gave something a 2.1, it's that.
No, that's the
See,
wrong
and
way
you're
around.
reversed on mine too.
There.
All right.
Sorry.
All right.
Right then is primary.
Primary number, secondary number. Right? Primary number, secondary number.
1, 2.
Is this right? Is this
2,
right?
1. So this is a 2.1 is what I would
Either
be
that, or
saying.
you know what? How about we just do single
Solid
numbers?
number. Solid number.
Fuck it.
Single number. God damn. Thanks for coming, everybody. There's our hour.
We still like
All right.
technology. All right.
Well, and that is
Shall
the
we
one.
rate it then?
That is the one advantage if
What?
we had the barrels. Although
Yeah.
we'd still technically have the issues because it would still, I think, be reversed.
Yeah, but you'd be able to say when you said primary, secondary, that for some reason I'm thinking my primary is right-handed, but
Yes.
you were saying so this is 2.1.
That's neurotic.
I know.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
neurotic.
All right.
that was
We'll figure it out as we
2.1.
go
So
along.
let's just do a single number.
Okay.
Sure. Does everybody have their number?
Okay.
You ready?
I think I'm ready.
Okay,
I
thank God.
believe- This is bad taste, we said, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, still bad taste. It's okay. Wait, we got some
Okay.
time. It's not like you knew that you were going to have to do this coming into
Yeah.
the show. You
Yeah.
know,
But
now's the
I
best
had
time.
I had a point number in mind, so I got it.
Okay.
All right, 1.
2.
Believed.
You guys, Tony. All right, can we see that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
I
Logan,
gave
All
it.
right.
what do you have?
I would have given it a 2.5, but we had to cut out the non.
Oh, okay,
The
you can
fractional
say
numbers.
2.5. That's
Yeah, so
legit.
2.5.
I
You
get
So
it.
won't
Logan
give
gives
it
it
a
2.5.
Warwick gave it a 3.
And Lon also gave it a tray. So, Mr. Lynch, why?
Low
why
man
so
on the
low?
totem pole, and since I had never seen it before, so Albeit it was a fun movie. I'll give it that much. Um, it did actually take me a little while to recognize that Derek was actually
Peter Jackson.
Peter Jackson as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could tell
yeah.
Robert, I think his name was. I'm like, oh, that's totally. And then for some reason, I think I was looking at the IMDb page at the same time, and also I'm like, oh shit, that is him. So just without his beard. So no, I had fun watching the movie. Obviously, it's just so outlandish, but still fun. So that's why I wanted to give it like a 2.5. 3 for me was a little too much because I've given some other movies that I think were much better 3s, so I didn't want to dampen that. But
Yeah,
no,
but why did you think it was not that good? What didn't you like about it?
Because it was people trying to pretend to be like whatever the military is down there, and at first I was kind of like, what does he? I don't know if it was what is it, New Zealand accent,
Yeah,
Australian accent,
New Zealand.
whatever,
Yep.
down under, whatever. Though that accent was hard for me to understand the old man. Like he was like, and I'm like, what did he?
Yeah, it was
I had to
pretty thick.
rewind a couple times, so I didn't really understand initially what they were trying to do, and I'm like, so then it was kind of confusing. I'm like, so they're just are they not vampires? Are they some sort of zombies? What are they? And then I realized, okay, they're aliens. But then like what was it? Robert starts throwing up into a bowl, and and stuff like that. Just kind of was like, all right, now I started to kind of have fun with it, like when they really started going after them. I think once they turned into actual aliens, back into aliens, then it became kind of more fun for me because then I'm like, okay, they're just killing a bunch of people wearing the exact same outfit. But no, it was in the end, like it picked up much better towards. Uh, I kind of got it, I think, when Robert's character head plants into off of like a 100-foot cliff and then wakes up later on like nothing's wrong.
Well,
It's like, okay.
and when he wakes up, there's a seagull. It looks way more like a pigeon, but like
Yeah.
there's a seagull with like that's spurting blood out of it because I think he landed on it.
Yes. So then I started
Yep,
kind of, I think that's when
and-
the comedy kicked in for me and I started getting
Yes.
it. And
Then you
then
understood it's a comedy. Okay.
yeah,
Because you were saying about acting, people trying to act. They were obviously over the top ridiculous acting.
yes, yeah. They
It
had,
was a comedy.
yeah. And then when it kind of turned into almost like a horror version of like Naked Gun for me. And so then it became more fun. That's why I'd give it a 2.5. Otherwise I would have probably given it under 2, but no, it was fun. It was fun.
I mean, I think it is one of these things where if you went in blind and had no idea who directed it, you probably like I probably wouldn't have given it a 3. I mean, you're right. It probably I don't know. I probably would have made this yet another like wannabe director that like yes he did something that we've never done, therefore let's give him credit for that.
Yeah.
But I've watched it now like 6 or 7 times, and it's just fun. I mean, it's like it's so ridiculous, and the way Derek is supposed to be like the scientist, and he's like get in there and like get some samples, and like the other guy's like no let's call in help. It's like I'm not touching any of this stuff because well, at least get a blood sample. I thought it was really good, and then the when he has the alien on a rope, which is also Peter Jackson, and just FYI, so how to me it's the eyes. Like when they do the close-ups of Derek's face, it's the eyes that like immediately look just like Peter Jackson's eyes. But it's.
Have you stared into his eyes often? Is that
Well,
how you know?
I have because he's a big bearded guy, and often the only thing you really see is his eyes. It's funny. I mean, it's like I think it's really an incredibly well done when you consider I think it's supposed to be like a $30,000 budget.
Yeah, that was one of my takeaways from that as well. Was I assumed that it was probably low budget based on what they did, but I think Peter Jackson did all the
special effects,
the special effects for it. So I was impressed. I assumed I'm like it's low budget, but I was happy with most of what they did.
Well,
because they did it well. There were things
Yeah.
they did that they did really well.
yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
like,
and there were other things that were over the top, not well, because it was funny. So,
Yeah.
yes, yeah, it's the like. I mean, I know you're like kind of showing it with your hands, like the part with the little brain and like sticking
yeah,
the
right.
brain back
That was
in his
open the
head.
back of his,
Like
yeah.
I thought that was like awesome.
Yep.
But I mean, I genuinely I thought the alien costumes um were phenomenal.
Yeah.
I do have a question though. Why is their ass sticking out?
For
For
it to be funny.
comedic
I
effect.
know,
You
but
know
it just
how
was.
sharp their asses were?
Oh
Cut right
god, I
through
was
those jewels
dying.
anyway.
I was
They were,
dying.
you
I was
know,
like, it
What
made
it's
it was
funny. Look at the head. Look at the head. It's
yeah,
funny.
and when they're talking, do you see like on one side it's
yeah,
like pulsating?
yeah.
Yeah, right.
So,
Oh god.
so funny thing, I was reading some trivia stuff on it, and so the butt pieces, when the part where they find the car, I don't know if you have trivia, but it's a Ford Capri. Um,
Yeah.
when they find the car and the guy's not in it, and they get into the car, yes, you can ask the question like, "Why the hell are they getting into the car?" It's like that makes no sense. But apparently, all the prosthetics on them, they couldn't physically get into the car, and so there's a cut, and they take the butt pieces off when they get in, because otherwise they couldn't like physically just get into the car. But
That's good trivia.
it's good.
Yeah.
It's like I thought it was really interesting, and so yeah, the other trivia part of that is so he made the foam out of latex and hardened them in his mother's oven. So like he was only supposed to do like one or two, and ended up doing like seven or eight like kind of these foam masks, and like apparently like it ruined her oven or something, and so she was pissed.
Wow.
I'm sure
Wow.
he
Well,
bought
yeah,
her
because
plenty of
latex in the
ovens
oven,
since then, right?
that's not good.
Yeah.
But well, so I thought the movie was a great building piece. In other words, this was a movie that needed to be out there for the genre, because really back then, horror comedy was much less of a
Mhm.
thing, and it was Peter Jackson cutting his teeth
Right.
basically still on special effects and movie writing and all that. And I honestly think that for one of his first tries, because it may not be his very first, but it's one of his first tries, it was brilliant for what he was able to do.
Mhm.
Zero budget, or what was the budget, Mr. Price? You got the budget on
Yeah,
that?
it's like $25 to $30,000.
There you go. So literally 20 back in 82, right? 82, is that where
Yeah.
this is from?
80. What? I thought it was 87. Am I wrong?
Is it 87?
87. Yeah,
80?
87.
Okay. Because what I honestly thought was going to happen was after Derek's head got blown off, I thought he was going to possibly do like a Rambo thing, which I thought would have been awesome, is to take like some red thing and just kind of, because I'm like,
Yeah.
it's 87, so maybe, but then it probably didn't get to Australia by that point.
I love oh, sorry, just finish on the budget. So yeah, so they filmed it over 4 years, and
Yep,
basically
4 years in the making.
because he didn't have $30,000. Like so,
Yep.
every time he got some money, he got some of the people back again to do extra things, and the scenes with the aliens was filmed like right towards the end, because like he would show certain parts of the film, and like show it to some family friends, whatever, and maybe they'd like chip in some money here and then, but basically it was all pretty much financed by himself. Like when he had money
Right.
available, then he would film it, and I think like when you consider that, I think it's really very well filmed. I mean, it's like
Mhm.
very
For the
professionally filmed.
budget, this is what I'm saying. For the budget and everything that he had to do, his own special effects, it's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this. I liked it much better when it became his next movie, which was very, very similar
Right.
to this movie in style and the way it's shot and the goofiness
And certainly the
and the
gore as
horror
well.
comedy of it,
Mhm.
Yeah.
of that one. Have you, and I'm asking you sincere work, or I mean, Logan, because I'm not sure you have, but have you seen Dead Alive, aka Brain Dead?
I have.
Oh,
Okay.
thank God.
Now, funny story about that. I did actually. I was getting ready to go see the first Lord of the Rings, and somebody said, Peter Jackson did it, and I was like, I don't know who the hell that is, and so then I looked him up, and lo and behold, they said, I was like, he did a horror movie, and so then I
Hmm.
looked up Dead Alive and saw it, rented it, and then went and watched it, and I was like, this guy's doing Lord of the Rings. And
Totally
I heard
different
the
looking film.
yeah, and I heard
Totally
the
different.
budget of Lord of the Rings. I'm like, okay, so
Yep.
but no, Dead Alive, I had seen that one, so that's another reason
Okay.
why I hadn't seen Bad Taste. I'm like, how have I not? Why didn't I watch that like after? Just to,
But this is the thing. If you liked Evil Dead, if you liked Dead Alive, then that was like the next advancement. That's kind of like
Right.
going from Evil Dead to Evil Dead 2.
mhm.
It's the same sort of movie. It's the same sort of comedy, same jokes, but it's done a little bit better with a little bit
Yes,
bigger budget and a
yes,
little bit better acting and
yeah,
that kind of thing.
Well,
So
and I think too that it's I think the script is way better. It was like the
of
storytelling
course,
is
of
way better
course,
in Dead Alive. Um,
of course.
it's like I think this in Bad Taste it was pretty formulaic of a story as a young director, young writer. I still think Bad Taste is excellent, but it's like you could see the progression in his expertise with Dead Alive.
mhm.
Yep.
From to come up with the line, "I kick ass for the Lord."
And one of my favorites, your mom ate my dog,
Yeah.
which is classic, I think. Um, that's we got to review that movie. Have we not reviewed that
We
movie?
have
Gotta
not.
remember.
I'm
No,
almost certain we have
Because
not.
that's a
no.
So
classic. That's one of my all-time favorites. I freaked out when I first watched it. I didn't know Peter Jackson was the director on that one at all. Uh, and it was on my big classic movie list for a long time. And then I'm like, you know what? Who, watching it one time, like, who did it? I'm like, no way, this is Peter Jackson. No fucking way. And honestly, I
the
should have
Peter
thought
Jackson.
about that because I'd already seen Bad Taste. So you could see Bad Taste was pretty much the same movie,
Yeah.
not storyline or anything, but the same sort of action sequences, the same sort of gore, the same sort of splatter. I loved it, but
Yeah.
I will say that Dead Alive is way better still.
Well, and step forward even further, and you have the Frighteners.
Yeah, but the Frighteners is totally done differently. That's like a whole different style he puts to
It,
that one.
it, it is, but
Yeah.
there was I think it's for me like I think it was just like kind of the next logical step. It still has some comedy elements to it. Still scary. It doesn't have the gore in it because that was his first movie that I think he actually had like a studio behind him.
Oh,
Doing it. So they were like
Was it a PG-13?
yeah, because I think it was yeah, I think so because I think it was Michael J. Fox in his like
the scary sequences probably.
well yeah. So I'm just trying to see what the rating
Harley
is.
Army was in that, right? Who else was in
Oh,
that?
I could look it up here too. I've got an
Yeah.
internet device here. Let me try it.
Why not see?
Those tubes.
I don't see what the rating is.
Oh, it doesn't show on IMDb.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
All right, let's all get on.
But anyway, well, and Friday, of course, has Jeffrey Combs in it as well.
R
Oh, it
R
was
Okay,
really? Huh.
R.
but
Hard
I'm
R.
kind of surprised at that, but
yeah,
Yeah, I thought
Frighteners
that
was
was.
an R.
I mean, I guess
I mean, you see
I
back
could
then,
see that.
but
Damn.
anyway,
a movie like that now would get a PG-13,
Oh
but
yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I wonder if they. That's. I've always been intrigued by that. I wonder if they would ever go back and just redo the movie
Rating.
ratings just to see like maybe we should do a skit on that at some point to say like what should it be rated? 'Cause,
Well, I mean,
that wouldn't be bad.
yeah.
We could even do something like that, couldn't we?
we've previously talked about like Poltergeist,
Yeah,
um,
that's true.
and
Yeah.
and somewhat obviously it was talked more in a previous iteration of a podcast. But it's like that was the movie that created PG-13,
Mhm.
and that was
Mhm.
basically the story goes that basically it was the studio heads that went to the MPAA and was like, yeah, you can't give this an R, and they're like, well, you need to take these things out, and they took some things out, um, and they're like, yeah, it's still an R. And they go, it isn't, it's like it's not meeting these thresholds and stuff, and so they basically created PG-13 um, to allow that to come out and not be an R.
So I'm glad they did, but I'm also upset by that, right? Like, because I feel like some of these
Yeah.
movies you had to, they would come out with the director's edition or director's cut, which was an R or whatever
Right.
later on, and it's like, man, I would have loved this when it came out that way, right? So, yeah, maybe we'll get to that point where you can they'll have two different types of movies where it's like you have the PG-13, but if you want to go watch the R because you're an adult, they'll have them both come out.
Well,
Just certain
It's
things
kind
missing.
of
So.
it's kind of like having barrel strength and then regular proof bourbon. The barrel strength is the R versus the PG-13, and that R is
Right.
always going to have a lot more flavor to it
Mhm.
than that PG-13 because they got to take so much out,
Yeah.
water it down.
yeah, I mean,
Actually, I would lean more towards like you've got barrel strength and then you've got non-alcoholic. But
That's all right, that's a bigger gap than I would have given it, but I like your spunk. I like
But
your
it- but-
moxie.
but it is funny because it's like also because of how
I
movie
haven't heard Monty in 20 years.
because how like movie change are changing. Like I wonder whether that's still going to be the case because it always used to be, it was a voluntary thing that film producers would send their film to the MPAA. It's totally voluntary. It's not a mandatory thing. However, a lot of theater chains wouldn't take a movie without an MPA rating, and they wouldn't take it with an NC-17 rating. And so a lot of movies had been ripped apart even just to get to an R rating, and I think that's where you see more of like the director's cuts where it's like okay, here's what I intended to put out there. There's a I can't remember what it's called, but there's I think it's called like rate this movie. It's a documentary all about the MPAA.
I think I was,
Oh.
yeah.
And how it's such like an arbitrary thing of which ones pass and which ones don't, and it's really it's whilst they have standards that they can when they give you a rate and they go, oh well, because it didn't meet these standards, or it's like you have way too many fucks in the movie, take 2 fucks out, and we can get you a PG 13 out of it. It's also the frustrating part.
So you didn't give 2 fucks?
Didn't give 2 fucks.
Yeah,
Well,
they took 2 fuck.
two fucks away.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's like a lot of it is based on who's watching the movie. So like one person who may love horror may be a lot more relaxed on a rating, whereas the person that absolutely hates horror, like as soon as there's like kind of any gore, it's immediately an R. And if they feel it's too much gore, then that they'll give it an NC-17 rating.
And in that documentary too, didn't they talk about how like it's supposed to be the people on the MPAA are only like they're supposed to be there for like 10 years or something like that max, because
Right.
it's like you're supposed to be a certain type of person, like a father or a mother with kids that are under a certain age, and these people have been on there for 20 plus years.
Right.
And it's like their kids, they don't have any kids anymore, so it's like, why are they still on there? So
Yeah. Well, it's it's the same thing as the Oscars and the Academy, right? It's like
yeah.
the average age of an Academy member just keeps growing every year, which is indicative of the fact that they're just not adding enough new members on to level it out. And then there was I don't know if you saw, there was an article that came out shortly after the Golden Globes came out, when right before they did the Oscar nominations, where it's no longer a requirement, or sorry, it hasn't been a requirement since COVID, and they're trying to make it back to being a requirement, that you can't vote on a movie that you have not seen.
Yeah, I think that kind of has always been a requirement, though. I
It
think.
should be.
But it got taken away. So when COVID happened, and therefore they didn't want everyone to have to go to a movie theater, they would send DVD screeners out, and that's been a big thing for a long, long time. but there's
Yeah.
but there's no kind of proof that you've
That they've
seen
Oh, that
seen
they
it.
that you've
watched
seen the
it. I
movie.
see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess. But so oddly enough, my buddy Harlan Hogan, I've mentioned several times, he's actually in that. He's one of the people that gets sent a DVD to review and rate because he's been in the industry. And it was one of those things that he had some DVDs and they're supposed to watch them, and he keeps them and he watches them and he does all that stuff. To him, it's like an honor thing. If you get the DVD, he feels obligated. He's got to watch this whole thing so he can be honest about it when he reviews it. I'm sure there's some people though in the Academy that don't care, but it seems like I don't know. I think that they're all kind of.
Well,
If I
and
got
that's
it, I'd
where
be like, yeah, man, I'll watch it. I want to put my vote in, and that
Yeah.
nobody will ever know I voted for or whatever.
Right.
So,
And I mean, there's maybe that's why horror hasn't had a good showing in most of most of these award ceremonies is because
you think
no,
because
you
the
got to
old
get
people,
yeah. I mean, that's why
Right.
speaking of awards and bad taste, to kind of wrap it back in, but did anybody get when the alien was actually turning in back from human to an alien? I kind of got Substance vibes,
you get Substance,
Yeah,
like the movie
because
The
it was the
Substance.
the
big
pulsating of
deformed
Yeah,
yeah.
and then
block.
like the back was coming.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god!
The,
And then the way they walk too, they're like,
Well,
that
I
was
love the
kind
way.
of funny though.
But it's funny because they
yeah,
actually
no,
walk.
it was
They
funny.
walk a little bit more like a chimpanzee, right? Because it's like
Yes,
it's
yeah,
like a gallop type thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that was probably because of the prosthetics, but it just looked funny.
Yes, it's
But it
good.
made sense.
So, just since we're going to start this new series about
Movies
Logan
that
not
Logan hasn't
watching
seen.
movies because he's a putz.
Watch the
What
damn
other
movie,
movies
Logan.
haven't you seen that you think you should have seen that are epic and classic? Just so
Not
the
even
people
just
know
not
what's
even
going to
just
be
epic
coming
and
up. It's
classic.
going to
Just
make you
I
watch
think it's more not even just epic and classic. It's more just stuff I probably should have seen as being a horror fanatic.
it. You say Freddy
So
Krueger, any Friday the
no,
13th
no,
or
no,
something. I'm going to have to
no.
see
I've
that.
seen all Friday the 13th. I've seen all the usual suspects. It's the
Oh, okay.
one-offs where I sort of like bad taste, where I'm like, I've heard about it. I know it's not going to be some stellar movie, but I should go watch it. So case in point would be like what's on Warwick's shirt. I have not seen Zombie.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I know exactly what it is. I've seen that picture 1,000 times. I don't even think I've seen
Well,
a trailer for
I
it.
can, I can understand. I can understand that one a little. Not everybody's into Fulci. I don't think everybody's knows all of the old movies
Right.
like that. That is kind of old. But I'll smack you with next time I see you. But what else?
Like Night of the Comet. I think we
Night of the
talked about
Comet.
that
That's
one recently.
that's our next episode because
The other one that really I think upset you guys was Tammy and the T-Rex.
Oh God, yeah.
Tammy the T-Rex. No, I'm not
Yeah,
surprised you haven't seen that one. That's
I
a
haven't
good
seen
movie.
that one.
But truly, what you need to do, you need to watch all the Joe Bob, last drive-in shows. I mean, I have all 36 seasons.
Yep.
So my only concern with that is because like I watch some stuff on Svengoolie, but I feel like they cut out so much, right? Like I should just see the damn movie if I'm gonna watch it, right? Like I don't know if Joe Bob.
They don't.
Okay, that's probably this is definitely gonna give you
Yeah.
smack.
So it's
I've only seen like a handful of Joe Bob Briggs episodes. So.
no, it's
Yeah, I don't
like
think they cut.
they don't cut. I mean, to my knowledge,
Yeah, I don't
they
think
don't
so.
cut anything out. I mean, to the point where it's like there's some movies that they watch where it's like they purposely say it's like this is the movie that was released in Europe that you couldn't get here. Like this is the version that's now that Shudder was able to get. So like they really do try and make sure that you're seeing like the best version of the movie. What I like about it is even if it's a movie that I've seen 20 times before, I think Joe Bob Briggs is just friggin' amazing.
Dude's intelligent, man. He
Oh my
knows a
God.
lot of shit about movies. He knows everybody in the game, everything. So
Yeah, it's really
I
good.
just watched the Halloween special. What's he called it?
Oh, the Fear Fest.
No. He
He's got
has
his
a
own.
special Halloween show he calls Screamoween or something like that.
Okay.
Why am I going blank on? I just watched him. But I just watched those two, and then I just started now the Christmas one, where he's doing some
Iced.
he's doing Curtains, I think is his first one,
Yeah,
which
Curtains, and I think Iced is the second one.
I haven't seen that
Iced
one.
was the second one. Yeah, the skiing one.
You
That was a
drew
weird
did
one.
you?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I have not seen Curtains.
Yeah,
I know about the
Oh,
skating lady on the ice, but that's about as far as I've gone with it.
yeah,
yeah.
it's not great. I have the soundtrack to it, so I watched it a few years ago when I got the soundtrack because I'm like, hey, I have the soundtrack. I should probably watch the movie. It's okay. I mean, it's like I
Yeah.
don't think it's a great horror
Well,
movie.
I almost forced myself to watch it when Black Phone 2 came out because when he's skating on the ice, I'm like, oh, that's from Kurt. Like I
Yeah.
know of the movie and I know parts of the movie. I just never see it. So
Yes.
I feel stupid.
Well,
God, I could probably list off a whole bunch more, but I
well,
don't
that was the idea.
know. What's
Looking up,
the
well, maybe we should test you with them and say what
sure?
we think are kind of pivotal movies and see if you've seen them.
Okay, go for it.
We're going to start off real easy.
Okay,
The Shining.
yes,
Okay. I got to check.
no,
Mr.
good,
Price.
good answer.
Phantasm.
Yes,
Ooh.
Phantasm 1,
Oh,
maybe Phantasm 2. I don't know about 3 and beyond. I don't think I've
yeah.
seen.
Well, after that, I don't know if they matter. So,
Yeah, the
uh,
first one's the key. The second one's okay, but the first one is the key.
right. And even the last one, the finale, the Vague Oblivion, you're not going to get satisfied payoff on that, but it's okay. The first one and the second one, first one especially, that's critical. And I think I already know the answer to this, but The Stuff.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Um, oh my god.
After a while, I got to think, I got to go look at my collection and go, what about this?
Yeah,
Well, and it's so funny.
that's what triggered bad taste, right? Was Warwick's collection. So
That's
Yeah.
true. That's right.
basket case. That's another
Oh,
one I have
basket
not
case. Yeah,
seen.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah,
Basket Case. You haven't seen Basket
I have
Case?
not. No.
And you said
Oh, and
you have seen Chud
some
though, right?
Chud I have seen. Another one that just popped up while I was going through Plex the other day was Maniac.
Oh,
Oh,
I
Maniac.
have not
Okay.
Maniac's
seen
great.
Maniac. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Uh,
that was my other shirt I was gonna wear today was my Maniac shirt.
Nice.
what about, have you seen Shivers?
Shivers.
Yeah, that's an old one.
Um,
It was on Joe Bob just during, I
hmm,
think he did that during the Halloween special. He did Shivers. That was one
I
of them.
does not ring a bell at all.
Okay, that's an older one, like
Okay,
60s, 70s.
interesting. Shivers. I should probably be writing these down.
Yeah.
We get
Well, you're
up
right. We
enough.
should, shouldn't we?
And
Because that
We
way,
shan't.
and so in the same way, so you've seen like all of the Jasons, all of the Freddys, all of the
Yep.
Halloweens.
Yep.
yeah, right. We're taking out those. We're just going obscure.
Yep.
Um,
I mean, there might be something out there that I haven't. I mean, no, I think I've seen pretty much. Yeah, I've seen all the main, like all the Texas Chainsaw Massacres. Trying to think of anything that kind of gets obscure, but not.
Sleepaway Camp.
I have seen the original. I have
Okay.
not seen anything. I haven't seen 2, 3. I own the DVD set that's got like 4 of them in there. I've only watched the first one.
How about
Lo-
my Bloody Valentine?
I have seen that.
Okay.
Both the original and then the remake back
Yeah,
in
the remake was stupid.
2018 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, those are all pretty good. You're doing better than I thought. Street Trash.
I have not.
It's a classic.
We're
Well,
gonna make you watch Street Clash because it's
I-
classic.
Reanimator.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
And Bride, is it Bride of Reanimator?
Yeah.
The second one. Yeah.
which one? What did you say?
Bride of Reanimator. Bride of
Oh,
Reanimator.
Bride.
Bride
Yeah.
of Reanimator.
Yeah, okay.
Tourist Trap.
Ooh, no, I have not.
That's a great one.
How about Ginger Snaps?
I have seen Ginger
Okay.
Snaps.
All right, we're doing better than I thought we'd be doing.
What?
Trying to find.
Hellraiser.
Yes, I have seen all the Hellraisers up to. I think it's called Hellseeker. Is that the 4th or 5th? The 5th one, I think.
Yeah, I think I stopped.
I saw, and I even saw the latest, the newest one. But
But having said that, I've only seen the first one because it sucked so bad that I couldn't even bring myself to watch any of the sequels.
I like Hellraiser 2 more than the original.
Okay.
It completed the story a little bit. It made the story make a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of good because the old story sucked ass. And the way they did it, we had an episode about this. We should link to it, but we had an episode about this.
How about the Hills
How
Have
bad
Eyes?
it was. Hills Have Eyes.
I have not.
You have not seen Hills Have Eyes?
No. I think I saw the
Why would
newer
you
one.
say these things?
I think I saw the newer one that came out like in, what was it, 2007 or something like that. That one, but I did not see the
Completely
original.
different story. They changed
Yeah.
not completely, but very different story.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
Okay.
one
What about
definitely should be on.
Jacob's Ladder?
I have.
The original one, not the remake.
Right.
I didn't even know
The
there was a
original.
remake.
Yeah, there was a remake. What about Society?
Oh no.
No?
I shouldn't say no. I have to say no because I've only seen probably 30 minutes of it. So, but I know all
See,
about
now that's
the
one
ending.
that'll fuck you up. That's one that'll mess you up. Have you seen Martyrs?
Yes. Now I have
Martyrs
seen.
will
I think
fuck
it
you
was
up.
was it 2000? It was the. I thought that they remade it, right? I think they did a
They
second
did,
one.
but I didn't watch the
I
remake.
didn't see the
seen
second
original.
one. No, I just saw the original. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
That'll mess
That's
you up.
actually. Let me put it this way. That's what got me into podcasting. I saw that movie with a previous person that I did stuff with, but also like a bunch of people. We
Yeah.
had the age groups were like, 40s, like late 30s down to like 22, and everybody had all different viewpoints on that movie. Which I was like, I mean, we talked for like 2 hours just after watching the movie. I'm like, we should do a podcast. So,
Yeah, that's an epic movie.
Yeah.
Not for necessarily the good reasons though, but yeah.
no.
So where do you stand on like the Giallo movies? So like Deep Red,
I have not seen Deep Red. No.
Suspiria, the original.
Suspiria, yes, but not Deep Red. I did not see. What was the other one? No, Suspiria. Yes, I have seen Suspiria. What's the other one I'm thinking of? No, Suspiria just came out with the newer one in like 2018, right?
Yeah,
They did.
Yeah,
But you
I
got to
did not
watch
see
the
that one.
original first.
Yeah, I saw the
If you
original.
watch the secondary, because the story is so much more altered.
Well, it's such a catch-22 because to me it's like,
But I heard it was good, the newer one.
it isn't bad. Like, it really isn't bad. Like what they've done is they've taken away all of like Argento's symbolism in things,
Okay.
and they're just telling the story because I think the story is very very similar, but like to me
More meaty. The new ones got more in it.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
so
like I just like Dario Argento movies, and so like I just love like the colors in the scenes and like the filters that are over the lens and stuff like that. I mean, it's
he does a lot of pausing on faces and the zoom in so you have time to feel the impact of their stare
right
or their fear or whatever. In the new one, they kind of roll through that because it's modern.
I get why they would maybe do that though, probably just to avoid somebody being like, you're trying to be Dario and you're not, right? So
right.
But it's like, okay, then don't make the remake. But whatever.
yes.
What else you got? To add to my list. God. There's probably stuff in there you're like, oh, you had to have seen this, and I'm probably gonna be like, maybe.
Well, yeah. How about the Blob?
So I have seen. I'm a big fan of the '80s version. I have not seen the original 50s version. It's 50s or 60s?
50s.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the 50s Blob was
Steve
nothing like.
McQueen.
Yeah. Was that 57? I think.
It doesn't hold up to the 80s one. 80s one I think was a better movie, but
say on those along those same lines, I have seen Night of the Living Dead, the original. I have not.
I didn't even think of asking you for that one because I thought you had to have seen it.
Oh yeah. I have not seen the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I've seen the Donald Sutherland version from the 70s, I believe it was, but I have not seen the original of that. So.
But again, seeing like some of these 50s movies, I'm not that concerned about or surprised about because they're not sort of keys to what we consider horror nowadays. 80s movies, late 70s movies, 80s movies, and early 90s movies are probably much more pivotal and important.
So I'll give you an idea of what happened. So I liked horror movies since I was very young, but I was very poor, so we didn't have a whole bunch of movies, so a bunch of time to a bunch of
Sure.
money to rent movies. So I would always watch whatever was on TV. A lot of times it was repeats. So when I finally got some sort of money, like basically like my senior year of high school, I went into a Blockbuster and literally just every day would go in there and just grab 5 movies and then come home from the horror section. 5 movies from the horror section, come home, watch those throughout the week, turn it back in at the end of the week, go back. So for the younger group, Blockbuster used to be a place where you could rent movies. So yeah,
And you had
so
to pay
that's
for
where
each
I'm
rental.
What is this Blocking Buster place?
Yeah.
They're like Dave
Um,
and Busters?
Yeah, it was the original. No, but yeah, that's why probably a lot of these were not available at my local Blockbuster. So I was like, or a lot of times it was mostly what I think I went back after a summer to the Blockbuster and said, "Hey, can I get a printout of all the movies I rented this summer?" And the guy goes, it was back when they would print out, like they would only print out on
Like dot matrix
the
printer.
receipt. Yeah, on the receipt though. So it was just that, that skinny.
With the spools that, with the dot and the holes down
Yeah.
the side.
Yeah.
Defeated.
No, but he goes all 315 of them, and I was like, never mind. So I watched a shit ton in just a summer time frame, but
Wow.
and then I would still go to the theater on Fridays as well. And,
Well, I
yeah.
mean, it's funny. And,
So-
this probably goes and starts like another topic to talk about potentially, but like I was the same way. Like we had no money. Like I've probably told the story before. It's like in England, they have this things called radio rentals, where you would rent your TV, and so when VCRs first came out, they were really trying to push renting a VCR, so it was like relatively cheap, and so I convinced my mum to get a VCR, and it was like the remote was like had a cable. The cable was attached to the VCR, and
Wow.
it was like a 20-foot cable, and so you could still sit down.
Oh,
and,
you got
and
40-foot cable.
and control the thing. But I was the same way. I had a Saturday job, and I'd use my money that I earned from a Saturday job to go to the video store across the street. And that was back in the day, because the one thing that I think Blockbuster took away from us is the cover art. Like,
Yep.
it's
Yep.
And again, there's tons of documentaries on this where it's like, they often spent so much money on putting good cover art on a movie. So you would pick the movie up because, oh my god, the cover art was amazing. There was some scantily clad woman in it.
Mhm.
So you'd watch the whole movie and then realize that the woman that was on the cover art isn't even in the fucking movie.
That's right. That's right. What her grandmother is.
Yes,
She does the
exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, and I think it was just generally probably more expensive in England than it was over here. So like we were only getting like 1 or 2 videos at a time, but it was that was like the highlight of my week. Like on Sunday, because I only worked on Saturday. On Sunday, like sit down and watch the videos, and then at some point my best friend worked at a gas station that started selling or started renting VHS tapes as well. And basically, on evenings where he was the late shift on either a Friday or the Saturday, and the early shift the next day, the owner was like, "Whatever tapes are here, you can take, and then bring them back tomorrow morning before we open."
Wow.
So he and I, that's how we watched like RoboCop and like a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
these like R-rated movies that we couldn't generally get. Or certainly my mum wouldn't let me rent. But yeah, so that's how we'd often like rent these. But that's how I got to Argento. It's like, because he would find these like these movies that other people weren't renting, and
Mhm.
that's how I saw Suspiria the first time.
My story is very similar to both of you guys. There was a time when after my grandparents had passed and their house was sitting vacant, they were going to try to sell it and whatever. I lived in it so that, there was somebody always there to kind of watch it. And it was literally like 100 feet, no, 300 feet, I think, to a video store. There was, it was like there was a gas station on the corner, and part of that or next to that was a video store. So when I lived there, I would literally just walk the 50 steps or whatever it was to
See,
go
so he
in there.
watched like the original Nosferatu because that was
Yeah.
that was new at the time.
Yeah. I give her a haircut. Yeah. They didn't
All
have really
silent
that big
films.
stones that you had to rub together. To see the movie.
Had to spin the reel on your finger.
But that's so literally. I could watch 5 movies. I'd go home, watch them in a couple days, come back. You get to know the people there, and they tell you what the good obscure ones are, weird
Yeah.
ones, and that's how I get into all the ones like Argento and all the obscure, because I've seen them all in the video store. So it's like, oh, we're looking for something.
I tried to work in the video store, but where I was at, they had so many kids that they never, they never had an opening. But I remember walking in one time to Blockbuster, and I was waiting in line, and some little kids in front of me. He's like trying to tell the guy like the movie he wanted, and he's telling the guy, he's like, I don't know, there's kids, and there's like a cart, and somebody gets hurt, and the guy behind the counter is looking at me, what the hell are you talking about? And I think it was Sleepers was the movie. So I said, I think he's talking about Sleepers. The kid goes, yeah. I'm like, okay, first off, it's an R movie. You're not probably gonna get it. But then I was always like, oh man, that'd be cool just to be able to sit there and watch movies, like for my job.
It'd be my dream. Well, and that's the classic like Clerks moment, right? It's the that movie that has that guy that was in that movie with the other guy. The one about the cops.
They were doing this, right. When they did this thing, they had to do this thing.
Yeah, we had one time, we were on a run one time, and this kid was one of the runners with us in the middle of the run, just goes, hey, what's that movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme where he goes back in time and he's a cop? And everybody in the group goes, Time Cop? Goes, yeah. Like, oh my God.
Yes. And of course the best thing about Time Cop is Mia Sara. Yeah.
Enough said.
Okay, so back to movies. Frankenhooker.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Say that again?
Frankenhooker.
Yes, yeah, we watched that one. So.
Oh, we did. Oh, that's right. We did. One of the brackets, right?
Yeah, that was another way I got forced to watching that one. So.
The Fly.
The not the original, the Jeff Goldblum version. Yes.
Again, yeah.
And I've even seen The Fly too.
We're talking more the 80s one.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, the 80s version is good.
Okay.
Yes, I have seen that one.
That's also kind of pivotal. If you said no to that one.
One I thought of was 976 Evil. I've never seen that.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's not a great one, but that's a good one.
Yeah.
How about Nightbreed?
That's the
Clive Barker?
Bill Paxton?
I don't think it's Bill Paxton, but it's the guy it's the guy that looks just like him. What's his name?
What am I thinking of? Wait, that's the one where they were like, wait, isn't that guy Lance Henriksen in it?
No, you're thinking about Near Dark.
Oh, okay. No, then Nightbreed. That does not ring a bell.
Craig Schaefer. He was like a big name in the 80s.
Okay. Added it.
Has like kind of a very, very classic, and he has like a Bill Paxton kind of look about him.
Okay.
That description kind of reminded me of another movie that you should have seen, House. Not the Japanese version, not the one we're talking about.
Yes.
House with the greatest American hero in it.
Yes, I have seen that one. Now, I've only seen that like within the last like probably 3 or 4 years. So.
Oh, well, that's okay though. You've seen it.
I've seen it.
Before we asked you that
there's
question,
a House too.
As long as you've seen it before we asked that question.
Okay.
You're okay.
How about how about the Sharknadoes?
I saw the original, and I think I saw Sharknado 2, and then I kind of fell off on that. But
I saw Sharknado in the movie theater.
Ooh, show off.
You saw that in a theater?
Yeah. What? So basically, it was Fathom Events put on a special, and so it was they did it. How Fathom Events does these events, and it was Sharknado and Sharknado 2, like back to back, and then they had a
or Fin to Fin. Sorry.
What and Tara Reid and Beverly Hills 90210, Ian Ziering was at obviously some location that they filmed, and so there was like a bit of a Q&A that they did with it. It's like it's good. I like Sharknado for just how dreadful it is.
Me too. That was one of the perfect examples of so bad it's good.
Yeah, going into that, like that's gonna now, like, so I went into that one already expecting it to be over the top and and gory, and it, like with Bad Taste, I was like, I wasn't expecting, anything spectacular. I just was expecting, like, at first I'm kind of like, where's the gore at, right? And then it's kind of slowly, I think
Yeah,
he
yeah.
gradually brought it in, because it was, which I thought it was a good job that he did that. So
Did you see? Have you
Uh,
seen Dark Knight of the Scarecrow?
I want to say yes, because I believe that's the one with the mentally impaired
Yes.
guy that they blame for something and tie him up, and he comes back to haunt them. But I want to say when I saw it, it was probably like a made for TV version, and I should probably was it made for
Yeah,
TV
it was
only?
made for
Okay,
TV. Yeah, it was
okay,
like a late night made for TV like ABC show.
yeah.
And so it's not particularly gory, but it's a really good story.
Did the guy that played Dr. Giggles play the main
Yes.
character? Okay,
oh
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. See, I do remember that.
Larry
See, yeah, I can't remember his
Larry
name.
Drake.
He was good in Dr.
Yeah.
Gibbs.
But
Yeah.
now, so this is the other thing too, is there's been some movies where I've seen them, but like my brain for some reason either didn't remember anything about them, but like I'll just need to go back and watch them. So some of those I'll say, yeah, I've seen it, but I'm gonna go back rewatch it
I've
because
got some lightning round ones for you
okay,
then,
let's go.
just to see yes or no. And if you say no to any of these, then we get to yell at you for a bit.
Okay,
Return of the Living Dead.
yes.
Okay. I don't know if we reviewed that one tonight, but Night of the Demons.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Night of the Demons. I might need a description of Night of the Demons because I may mix that with something else. Night of the Demons.
Night of the Demons was where they go into this haunted house, and Leona Quigley's in it, and she's one of the college students that they're all drinking and they're all going to go into this house because it's a haunted house, and then it's actually haunted. It ends up to be a scheme from somebody else where they lock you in the house. You can't get out of the house. You can't get out of the park actually, or around the wall around the park. Uh, it's it's got a very weird scene of Leona Quigley uh, shoving a bottle into her boob all the
Yes.
way down into the nipple.
That does not sound familiar at all.
Oh, there you go.
I
Gotta
see
see
the
that.
cover art and that looks familiar, but
Okay.
I have
Yeah,
not seen
that's a
it.
good thing. Look it up to see if it reminds you of something. But
No, that
um,
does not. Night of the Demon. All right, there you go.
I'm
Okay.
sure you've watched this one, but I'll double check. Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. The Gate.
Oh, so funny thing about The Gate. That is one of my favorites.
Oh,
Like
hey,
I will
okay.
I've watched that probably about I'd say 10 times. So like that's
All
one
right.
I feel is like a good gateway to scary movies for children, I think. It's scary as hell, but it's also like it's not super gory, right? Like
I think another one that's in line with that gateway drug to horror movies is like Monster Squad.
Yeah, yeah,
yes, I
yeah.
have seen
Because
Monster
to me,
Squad.
Monster Squad was kind of a kid's movie, I
I
think.
have not seen the documentary though that what's his name? Wolfman's Got Nards or whatever. I have not seen the documentary on that yet, but I kind of wanted to. So
I
You
haven't seen that either, so
you've
don't feel
seen
too bad.
Toxic Avenger?
Oh,
the
Toxic
original,
Avenger.
yes, I think I have not seen any of the. There's no like four sequels to it.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
not
No,
seen
okay.
any
There's
of this,
there's
and then I haven't even seen the
the
newest
remake.
one
Yeah.
with yeah.
Um.
How about April Fool's Day?
Yes, I remember April
Okay.
Fool's Day. From what I remember of it, wasn't that supposed to be a joke at the end? Um,
Yes, it was an
there's
April
something,
Fool's Day joke.
but like nobody got killed, right? Did it? They
Yes,
pretended to. Yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. See, that's another thing.
yes.
That one I saw probably like early '90s, so I don't remember.
Spoilers,
Like,
by the way.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
sorry, whatever.
Another classic. Early '90s. Rupert Everett's um, Cemetery Man.
Oh,
Yes, yes. You guys forced me to watch that one.
Oh, it did.
I think
Yeah,
so. I
yeah,
thought we did. Yeah,
yep,
because
yeah,
you got to watch it because of this, got to watch it because of
yep,
that. I
yep.
think that's when we
But I think
originally kind of came.
we reviewed that.
You haven't seen it?
Yeah, I think that was part of our brackets. I think
Oh,
that was one
really?
of them. I think so.
Um.
How about let's see. Well, Tenenbaum is another one that you probably haven't seen because that's another Argento movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
classic.
So okay,
And
pick your guys' brain. What's the movie? I cannot think of the name of it for the life of me. I saw it years ago. They considered it like one of the first. I don't say if you want to say it's the first horror film, but it was one of the first It was a movie where a guy is walking around with a camera. I'm talking probably, I think, 60s. He's walking around with a camera. It's in color, and he's like filming people and he's got a thing on the end of the camera and he stabs them with it.
Oh yeah,
You know,
and he starts going crazy because he ends up homeless.
yes, I cannot think of the name of that, but that just popped in my head for some reason.
And he starts going crazy because of this too, because he had like a normal life and now he's like homeless in another country.
Something like that. It was.
What
I just
was
remember.
that?
I don't even know what that one is.
Oh,
That's
see, I
not that
thought
old
you.
of a movie though. That's within the past 15 years, maybe
Oh
20
no,
years.
the one I'm thinking of is like 60s.
60s?
Yeah, yeah. Hold on, I gotta look that one up. All right, you guys think of some other ones.
Piranha.
What the fuck am I thinking of? Wait, what did you say?
Piranha.
Mark?
Have you seen Piranha?
Oh,
I have,
Piranha.
and I've
1
seen.
and 2, Double D.
I see 1 and 2, and then didn't they come out with like a 3 double D? I saw that one.
They might have.
It was more recent, like within the last like,
might
5
have.
years.
Is Justin Bateman still in that one too?
Don't think so.
Because he was in
Maybe?
he was in 2.
He was in 2,
Hey,
yeah.
Peeping Tom, 1960. Peeping Tom. He's a serial killer. He uses his camera to kill people.
and
And he
it's-
films it.
Oh,
Um,
Peeping
that's
Tom,
us.
yes.
So
Okay,
Peeping
so-
Tom is a lot of people think it's the inspiration for like Silence of the Lambs. You
Yep.
know, because it's the whole like watching people and
Yeah,
things like that. And
that's
there's another one called The Collector. And so Peeping Tom
Collector's good.
and The Collector are often books that they see. A lot of serial killers have those 2 books.
so not The Collector from like the 2000s.
No, it's like it was black and white.
Oh, okay.
But someone, oh my god, what the hell is his name? Someone fairly well known is the star in it. Terrence Stamp, a very young Terrence Stamp is the star of. You don't know Terrence Stamp?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Terrence Stamp, Superman 2. He's
I'm assuming a younger version of him then?
yeah, but like oh my god, my brain's dead. What the hell's his name?
Wait, was Superman 2 the one with the lady robot?
He was General Zod. So
okay. 3 must have been the
That was
superhero
like
lady.
to go with that one.
3 was Richard Pryor, where the whole premise was Richard Pryor was the computer programmer that takes off the half pennies. And there's the classic
Like an Office face.
and there's the classic scene of like when Gene Hackman as Luther
Luther, yeah, Lex
discovers
Luthor.
that there's a discrepancy. It's like what we need to find is we need to find someone that's like spending money that isn't like used to spending money, and also you hear like the honk of a horn, and they look outside down in the parking lot, and there's like Richard Pryor driving in this Ferrari. Anyway, we've got off the horror
Yeah, we have.
line. Well, anyway,
Yeah,
so we're
what's
at
our time? Should we
we're
save
at
it
an
for the next
hour.
episode?
We're at
Yeah,
an
yeah.
hour.
Oh, geez,
Yeah.
really? Holy shit,
Um,
that wasn't supposed to happen.
So
man.
let's call it here,
Okay.
and we will be back next week with House 1977. So
Another movie that Logan Lynch hasn't
has
seen
not
yet.
seen. Well, he has seen it now.
I have now.
But he
Yeah,
hasn't.
now, because we forced you to.
Good.
Okay,
That's what I
I'm
need.
gonna do the
All right.
outro. Here we go. One,
All right.
2. Go.
Thank you for joining us.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Follow us on social media.
Oh, shit.
What did you do?
What happened?
I went down the wrong pipe.
Okay, let's just continue. Ignore him.
Everyone for joining us
Like-
on another. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Like,
I would. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
And follow us on social media. Right here.
I'm gonna do like 5 million takes.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Be sure to follow us on social media.
Feeling good about this one.
What's the matter with that?
What's the matter
I
with
said
that one?
feeling good about this one.
What's wrong with that one?
Nothing was wrong with it.
I don't know what the fuck you're doing for
I
it.
don't know.
I'm pointing to.
Pointing does nothing. This is a social
but you
media.
see it on
dog.
different lines. And
yes,
so I'm like,
but do you
I'm
know where
pointing-
the lines actually are?
By the way, no one can see you because there's a big logo right
Yeah,
here.
I know. They can hear me though.
No,
We
they
did that on
can't.
purpose.
I'm Logan Lynch.
We're
over
gonna,
here.
we're gonna
Nobody listens.
cut that out.
Who the fuck is Logan Lynch? Who names
Best.
himself
That sounds like a made-up name to
Doesn't
me.
it though? Amen.